Bug types. No matter who you are or what typing is your favorite, you can't deny that you love these little creatures. Sure, most of them are weak, but who cares? That's what makes a hardcore Nuzlocke of them so fun. So that's what we're gonna do today in Pokemon Scarlet. Can we beat it with only bug type Pokemon? I failed my last Nuzlocke, so I really hope so. Paldea has a great selection of bug type Pokemon. You got fan favorites like Scizor or Heracross, but you also have new ones like Lokix. As always, like the video if you enjoy and subscribe, because if you don't, this Lokix is gonna hurt you. Badly. Anyways, let's get started. Might as well design our character as a bug type enthusiast. We got the green hair and everything. Also, I thought this haircut was funny. Sorry, Squirrelette, but I don't like normal types. You're unfortunately too normal for me. Thanks for the gesture, Director Oldie, but none of these are bug types. What the hell am I supposed to do with them? Poor Stardew that ends up coming with me. Well, I guess it's the grass kitten. It's as close as bug as it's gonna get. Hey, listen, lady. I don't even have my first Pokemon yet. No offense, Sprigatito, but can you chill out with the wanting to battle every second? I just met you. Now the first bug type we can run across is Tarantula, and I decided to bother this one in the tree. Hello, little fellow. I caught him, and apparently this thing is Scyther's natural enemy. Well, not today. Today you make nice with Scyther. I'm sorry, I can't take you all with me. Forgive me? I named him Slim, and he had a neutral nature. I love Miraidon and all, but man, I love Koraidon's design more. Now, first battle here with Slim was a success thanks to leveling up 2 levels. Can't let Arvin get the best of us this early. I made sure to write down a location of each Pokemon, that way we don't mess up any encounters later that can only be found in one spot. But most of these Pokemon are actually found in a variety of places. There's very few that can only be found in one spot. So for South Province 1, we're going to be looking for Scatterbug. I found one being bullied by Fletchlings, so I tried to throw my Pokeball at it, but of course it locked onto Fletchling, which was scary since this thing has Peck. But we did manage to escape and encounter Scatterbug. After one Pokeball, we named her Ada, and if you guys can guess the nickname theme, well, then good for you. You get absolutely nothing this time. Anyways, she had a lax nature. I evolved her immediately into a Spupa, and she looked great. But that wasn't satisfying me, so I evolved her again into this gorgeous Vivian. Which, by the way, is this the only pattern in the game for it? I did go get the TM for Psybeam as Ada can learn it, and I'm gonna need it for our first Nemona fight. Well, at least I thought. This was actually for nothing since Strugglebug with Stab does more. I guess I was thinking that Strugglebug did 20 base power. Yeah, I've never noticed that they boosted it to 40 after Gen 5. I'm an idiot. Quaxley died to 2 of them as she just growled, and even though Nemona terrestrializes, we outspeed lowering her special attack, so there's no worries here, and we also had an Oranberry in case. Just realized Nemona has the same hair color as me. Now we're totally BS for life. Now I have the power of the Tesseract in my hand. No one can stop my bug types now. Okay, maybe this staircase can stop us.
How did it even make it to live servers? How? I'm fucking addicted, so I can't quit!
In South Province 2, I found this Kricketot and I named him Francis. Cricketoon isn't that good, but hey, it's a bug type nonetheless. No way they just have us go out in the world with no supervision. Like, what if I just fell off this ladder and hurt myself? Would anyone even notice? I like how I say that, but you could literally fall off a literal cliff in this game. Oh look, a TM I can't get to since we can't jump super high yet. Oh, no worries, Jules, we can just defy physics. Good idea, Koraidon! In the same place, aka South Province 3, we found a Nimble and he was blessed with the name Hopper. Terrible nature, but it'll have to do. This is probably my favorite bug type out of all of them. With 4 Pokemon in our bag, I felt good to take on the first gym, which oddly enough, is a bug type gym. Although I'm pretty sure Ada can take care of this pretty easily. So right here, I'm evolving Slim into Spit-Ups at the level cap, and I guess using a rare candy in front of the Pokemon Center was a bad idea. Maybe this time we won't lose him like my last run. I also evolved Francis here. He's looking dapper. Anyways, Katie starts off with a Nimble, but of course my strat is to just use Air Cutter, which I had to get 3 Combi Honey to craft for Ada to learn it. I also have the Shark Beak on her, which I found somewhere, for a little added flair. As you can imagine, this gym fight was a piece of cake. Although her Teddy Ursa did live in Air Cutter to my surprise, Ada did dodge that Fury Swipes. After this gym, I went to South Province 5 to catch a Surskit, and unfortunately it was level 19, so I do have to bench it. I named her Flora, and she had a sassy nature. Now I am putting the level caps at the gym since some Titans are a level higher than the previous challenge, like Cloth being level 16. I am going to attempt fighting them in order, but for Titans and Team Star, if I feel like I should skip it for the time being, I will. That being said, I don't know if I can beat Cloth right now, but I decided to do it with Slim at the cap. I went for a Silk Trap to lower his speed, and the following turn he outsped for a critical hit Vice Grip. However, our Muscle Band boosted Low Kick did a lot of damage. Now I Silk Trap again, protecting and lowering his speed, and now we can outspeed to finish the fight up. The first fight, that is. Huh, It looks like Slim has already pooped from that. Well, get up, fool! It's not over yet! Oh man, I had no idea he walked like this. That's actually so cool. To start off our second fight, I went for that silk trap, and thankfully it did attack my slot as Shelter got a pathetic water gun. Like, what the fuck, Arvin? Use Leer! I know you have it. From here we can take a vice grip and Shelter water guns again as we low kick again. Then we did the same thing to lower his speed, but it didn't matter as his anger shell activated, and now he's not only faster, but stronger. The good news is his defense falls and he just used block, which means this fight is wrapped up. Thank God they don't actually give this rock type a rock type move. Oh, look at Slim. Confident are you? Well, let's see that attitude against Arceus. Now, the last time I fought this guy, my spit ups died. So let's see if Terra's brother can do it up. This time we know how terrestrialization works, so I terrestrialize and Petalil and Smoliv both go down to 1 bug bite. Now Sudowoodo will live 1 bug bite, but I do have the silver pattern on Slim here for some added damage, and look at that. It didn't even do half. Impressive. This was supposed to be a 2-hit KO, but impressive. Now since he trailblazed to up his speed, I went for a silk trap, but unfortunately that doesn't make contact, so it looks like he's going to remain faster. We take 1 rock throw, which almost killed us, and our bug bite just doesn't do it to him. Ugh, I'm getting deja vu right now. You know, I really thought I would have leveled up during this fight too, which I think would have let this be a 2-hit KO. I did try silk trapping, hoping for nothing, but yeah. I can't switch into Ada since she's 4 times weak, and Francis might outspeed, but we take half from him. Regardless, if we don't want to lose a Pokemon, we gotta go into Francis, and I completely forgot that Sudowoodo keeps his rock type stab, so that straight up demolishes the good old Francis. Alright, maybe I didn't figure out completely how terrestrialization works. Or I did, but I just forgot. It's okay, he was basically fodder anyways. Now Ada can just outspeed and win. Honestly, this man looks like he could be my dad. Dad? Now making my way to South Province Area 4, there's this fixed spawn for Scyther. It's level 20 and it happens to have normal Terra type, which I don't know if that's random or not, but whatever. Hey, it's future me. It's not random. I need this Pokemon in order to defeat our next challenge, Titan Bombardier. But of course this was scary as this thing could have wing attack. But it just went for Leer and we put it to sleep, as well as us being able to break its terrestrialization form. In order to catch one of these Pokemon in the wild, you have to do that first. Once that was done, he did just use Leer again, and a net ball was enough to straight up catch it. That could have been bad, but in Arceus we trust. I named him Manny and he had a terrible nature, but I might as well change that to an adamant nature with this mint I found Arceus knows where. Okay, hold on. I read that I couldn't buy the Metal Coat until after the 3rd gym, but I guess it meant that it's just in the city where the 3rd gym is. Well, I was going to EV train Scyther for the 2 levels until the cap, but I guess we could just take on the gym right— wait, hold on a minute. There we go. Wait, where'd you go, Manny? Bro, what the fuck? But I'm still gonna give you some EV training. After fighting a whole bunch of Pokemon, we maxed out both our speed and attack in about 30 minutes. You know, Toph once said I have to at least have the decency to let the boulder crush me. Alright, here goes nothing. Give it all you got. Anyways, let's get back to the Bombardier situation. Since we now have a Scizor who's EV trained, we can outspeed, and Metal Claw is actually a 2-hit KO, and since we're part Steel type, that Rock Throw doesn't do anything. As for the second fight, well, let's just say it missed a Rock Throw. As if it even mattered. Oh, alright, but just because you gave me the puppy dog eyes. Or in your case, the draggy eyes. From here I went directly to fight Giacomo because I'm positive we can win with Manny. You see, Fury Cutter is a move that not only happens to be super effective against dark types, but also it keeps getting stronger the more I use it. So while Poniard took 2 of these, the move got boosted some. Unfortunately, this still wasn't enough to one-shot the Starmobile, and this thing is too fast for us to go first, so it got off a nasty metal sound. Lucky for us, we tank a Snarl, and that's it, buddy. You got creamed. You know, I completely forgot that Nimona fights us before our 3rd gym battle, and as always, she wants a fruitful battle, whatever the fuck that means. Honestly though, this fight was tremendously easy thanks to Manny. I mean, he just swept everyone. Speaking of sweeping, Iono is up next, and right before her, Flora evolved as well as Hopper right in time for the level cap. Did some simp just give her 5 grand? So for Iono, she starts off with a Wattrel. Ashley used Pluck, which didn't do that much. We use Agility since Manny here isn't faster than Miss Magus. From here we use Fury Cutter, which powers up the more times we hit in a row, and I paired this with the Wide Lens, which will make this 95% accurate move be 100%. And that means this is a nice 2-hit KO. Bellybolt does come out next, but it just can't live a move. Now I didn't take into account Luxio's Intimidate, but it didn't matter as Luxio got bodied by a Fury Cutter. Now for the moment of truth. She's going to terastallize, which is good since Ghost is resistant to Bug. All that's left is outspeeding, and we do for the win against Iono. Maybe next time get a Scizor instead of a Miss Magus. Now our next challenge would be Mela, and she has fire types. Clearly, we're at a disadvantage. I didn't really know how to beat her since no one learns Bulldoze, and her 2 Pokemon are actually physical tanks, and they would just roast me. Literally. But then I went looking to see if we can find a raid with a Bug type we haven't caught yet, in an area we haven't encountered in. Very quickly, I found a Pineco on Glacido Mountain with Water Terra type. Now we can't learn any Water type moves, but this will give us a resistance to her Fire types and won't make us come back later and sweep her. Or at least I think. I still have to come up with a strat. This was very lucky and could have taken me way longer than it already did. Regardless, it's still a good Terra type for defensive reasons, and I named him Molt. He had a brave nature, which is great. Clive, you're about to see a master at work. But before that, these are Molt's EVs. Alright, now it's time to see a master at work, and I'm not talking about me. Of course, Torkoal will set up Sun with that Drought, but it's not going to do much when Molt here turns into a Water type and tanks that Flame Wheel. Ha! Didn't predict a Water type Pineco, did you, Mela? Yeah, I wouldn't have either. With that, Rain is set up. Now unfortunately I forgot Clear Smog will reset our buffs, meaning we can't curse, so instead I just used Rollout, but I had faith. We tank her moves and we roll out 2 times, getting her to half. I think the third rollout is like base 120 in power, so that ends up finishing it off, and we haven't missed as I do have wide lens on Molt. Now I don't know why the camera went all wonky on me for this fight, but she used Swift instead of Overheat, I guess since Rain was up. And this allowed us to tank that thanks to those special defense EVs, and 1 rollout got her super low. Now this is our last turn of Rain, she still used Swift, and man, this was way closer than I first intended it to be, but I told you we were going to see a master at work. Kind of. I mean, the camera was really fucked up for the fight there. Sorry, Molt. It's okay though, Molt. We're all proud of you. Come on, Koraidon. Penny said stop it. Look, man, I know you're not actually touching her, but just do it. Ah, Molt. You almost died. But you didn't, sport, and that's the important part. I feel like I'm interrupting something. The Steel Titan wasn't too hard. I led Slim for a change of pace, who has HP and attack investment. We used Silk Trap turn 1 to lower its speed. In the following turn, he missed a big Iron Tail, as our low kick did under half. I Silk Trapped 1 more time so that the final turn we can outspeed, and that's the first fight over with. Honestly, I did pretty much the same thing again, and thanks to Toad School going for a Leer, that first low kick did a shit ton of damage. We didn't actually outspeed this time, but it did just go for a wrap, so that's a wrap. Get it? Okay, I need someone to sell me this wallet. You know what? Screw that. I'm just gonna keep his wallet. So for our fight with Kofu, I led Slim. Fearing a Pluck, I went for a Silk Trap to lower his speed. Unfortunately, this wasn't enough to stop Kofu from outspeeding, but regardless, we tanked the Pluck and then our Bullet Seed hit 4 times. I do have the loaded dice on Slim here to up the amount of times he can use Bullet Seed. From here, we can Silk Trap again. And now we're faster to take out the Fish Fillet. I do the same thing on Wugtrio, and can you believe this thing has 120 base speed? How? Those rocks look like they're weighing it down. Anyways, we take a Headbutt, and 3 Bullet Seeds is enough to take him down. Finally, the wannabe Water Crab comes out. I did Silk Trap to lower his speed again, but to be honest, this doesn't matter as Crabhammer can actually murder Slim here. Honestly, I kind of underestimated Crabominal's Crabhammer with Stab and his insane attack stat. It looks like we're going to be saying goodbye to Slim. Well, at least he lasted longer than Terra did. From here, my only option was Ada. I immediately put this thing to sleep thanks to Compound Eyes just in case Air Cutter didn't kill. Which, by the way, it didn't. But this motherfucker woke up in 1 turn. But Ada is just a G and she lived on 3 HP. How's that for a battle? Oh, I'm so proud of you, girl. Sure, Slim is dead, but Spin-Ups falls off at this point in the game anyways. Right after this, we evolved Molt into Bigger Molt. Oh, those textures are beautiful. Oh, hey look, a Venonat in the background. Well, might as well, right? I named him Dot and he had a careful nature. Yuck. Dot won't be doing much right now, but Molt is up again for our Atticus fight. She has this Skuntank, but don't worry, I did my research. We're not going to lose 5 Pokemon this time. You see, it only has Sucker Punch to hit us with since we're immune to her Poison type moves. So all we got to do is wait out 5 turns of Sucker Punch while we curse, and once that's all done, Bulldoze does it to her entire team. Even the Starmobile, having Flame Charge, isn't going to do anything since we could just Terrasilize into a Water type. Yes, it probably wouldn't have done anything anyways since we're max defense, but it could have crit us. Yeah, that was pretty much the easiest fight of our existence. Good job, Molt. Okay, maybe I lied. Larry is definitely the easiest fight of our existence. This Kamala also only has a Sucker Punch, along with having Slam and Yawn, so it's a free sweep for Molt on this one. No terrestrialization needed. And the same thing goes for the Nemona fight right after this. I mean, I really have a newfound appreciation for Fortress right now. That's why I love doing type challenges. Dot, I know you want to fly, but you still haven't evolved. There you go. I'm totally here for a rap battle. Oh, you think that's funny? Orange? Door hinge? Fine, you win. I'm here for a Pokemon battle. Let's just get this over with. Now, Rhyme is a double battle, and she has these two up first. Flora is great here since she has the best ability in the game, Intimidate. Don't ask me why a Masquerain is intimidating, but I'm not complaining. They both ended up attacking Scizor, but I felt like it wasn't worth terrestrializing to a normal type because of Mimikyu's Slash, as it would do more damage to Manny. But yeah, Flora soaked Banette to become a water type, and Manny broke Mimikyu's disguise with an Iron Head. The following turn, Scizor takes a Sucker Punch, Flora can snag the KO on Banette, and an Iron Head can finish Mimikyu as Flora levels up to level 43. With the free special attack and attack boost that Rhyme gives us, and this little guy cheering us on, she terrestrializes and Flora does half to Toxtricity for some health back, and an Iron Head can finish her in one turn. As for Houndstone, it did Phantom Force, but I have a feeling it's going for Manny's slot, so I ended up terrestrializing to a normal type, but it looks like she somehow predicted that, and what's even funnier is someone in the crowd was like, "Wow, what a great time to terrestrialize!" Are you lying to comfort me? It's working. From here, 1 Giga Drain is enough to kill Houndstone from full thanks to the boosts. Our next stop is the Titan in Asado Desert, the Great Tusk. Is he trying to slowly creep up on me? While we're here though, we might as well catch another encounter, this being Relor. One quick ball later and we have our new team member. I wanted to use Venomoth as a psychic type by changing its Terra type, but to be honest, I'd rather use Relor as it's a new Pokemon. Flick here had a naughty nature, but yeah, that's a terrible nature for this thing. It's actually a special attacker and has great special defense, so in order to evolve it, we have to run a lot. Come on, soldier. Is that all you got? Come on, maggot. Are you tired?
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad!
You see? It all paid off, Flick. Why isn't this working? Fight me. For this Titan, I led Flora for that big Intimidate drop, and will also be resisted to that Brick Break. Now, the first thing Flora did was turn the ancient Donphan into a water type, and just look at that Brick Break damage. You've played yourself, buddy. From here, 2 Giga Drains finishes that up. Man, the past Donphan is so much cooler than the future one. Like, it's not even a competition. The second battle, though, he was a lot tankier, but even Arvin Scoveling can benefit from us turning it into a water type with Soak. Not too hard of a Titan. Jeez, alright bro, the sandwich is all yours.
No! God, please, no!
This pretty much went the same way as the last time. Curse with Molt, however this time she did sand attack us. It wasn't too much of an issue, as we hit most of our moves on everyone. That is, until this dancing duck came out and added to the RNG with flinching. I did manage to hit 1 Bulldoze, but it only did half to my surprise. I didn't really want to risk a crit, so I went into Flora to Intimidate for her physical moves. From here we can actually outspeed though, and a Giga Drain finishes this fight up. Stop going easy on me, Nemona. I can take it. As for Tulip, I just set up a Calm Mind with Flick and took a Crunch. Taking 1 more Crunch, Flick sets up a Trick Room, and that's straight up the battle right there. Don't believe me? Just watch, as with Terrestrialization, everything on her team dies to a Bug Buzz, which by the way, we learned just at the level cap. Sorry, Tulip, stick to picking flowers? Man, I wish I could be a slacking and do literally nothing all day. Overwhelmed? Me? Overwhelmed? Bro, you know what? I was gonna go easy on you, but nah. You can eat Manny's big cut. Good to know that no matter what buffs we give to ice types, they're still weak as fuck. I still love them though. Someone put a coat on the snow runt. It's freezing. Have you no compassion? Now that we have 8 gym badges, we can take on the champion assessment with our beautiful bugs. But we still do have a Titan and 2 bases left. For our first base, I went ahead and pre-burned Scizor with this Larvesta in Asado, which by the way, I didn't catch since it can only be found here alongside Relor. And if we were to get Slitherwing, I guess that would be Species Clause. Now I actually don't know if the burn will stay or if we get healed for the Star Leader fight, but we'll see. Alright, I guess we do get healed, which means we are not burned for our Facade strat. Well anyways, I went for a Swords Dance as Manny took a big Aqua Tail to the face. Right after this, an Iron Head at +2 is just enough to KO with our Adamant 31 IV Scizor. Unfortunately, Daxbun comes out next. I was really tempted to just sword stance or agility since I feared a baby doll eyes, which he did do, but yeah, I just straight up went for the KO. We're pretty safe to set up more on Wigglytuff, so that's kind of why I did that. Taking a charm, I get off an agility, and basically from here, since Wigglytuff does very little damage to us, I can get up some more sword stances and agilities. Now these Starmobiles are extremely fast, and I have no idea what speed I should be to be able to outspeed. So I risked a crit to get to +6 with agility to be safe and unsafe at the same time. From here, a +5 Iron Head KOs Wigglytuff, and we do in fact outspeed the Starmobile, and an Iron Head is just enough to KO. Probably more than enough to KO, but yeah, you get what I mean. I do feel like I would have outsped at +4 speed, but who knows. The Sushi Titans were up next, and honestly, these two were a letdown, thanks to good old Flick. I just brought Psychic for Dondozo and Psyshock for Tatsugiri, and Calm Minded. Pretty simple. Fine, Koraidon, I guess I'll give you the sandwich again, but can you at least take your time eating? Alright then. Now that Koraidon has a full stomach, we can take on Area, our last Team Star boss. And this is where my first Nuzlocke ended since her Starmobile swept my team. But no sir, not this time. I have a plan. Flick, you're up. You see, this Toxicroak has 3 moves: Brick Break, Poison Jab, and Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is super effective, but as long as we wait it out and Calm Mind at the same time, we should be able to sweep her. Kinda like how we did with Atticus. Once we're set up and she has no more Sucker Punches, I go for a Trick Room after we take a Brick Break, of course. This should last all the way until the Starmobile. From here, everything on her team is completely wiped out to either Psychic or Psyshock, just to show off, as it really doesn't matter which one we use. Sorry, Eri, but not this time. Wow, I really love Rapska. This thing is great with Trick Room. While we're here, I did manage to snag myself a Heracross, which I named Dim. She had a neutral nature, and it's pretty late for one, but better late than never, I suppose. Now with our team complete and how I want it, we can take on the Elite Four and face the champion. And boy do I have strats in my bag that are going to make you love these bug types. But first, let's see who we're rocking with. We got our beautiful Flora with special attack and speed investment. Manny with that adamant nature and attack and speed investment. Hopper, our low kicks, which I haven't really been able to use so far, so hopefully that'll change right now. He's also rocking attack and speed investment. Flick, our little Rapska with max attack, and his defenses are split with some EVs for bulk. Dim, our freshly new recruit with attack and speed, ready to get down to business. And probably my favorite so far in this run, it's Molt, with attack and max special defense since it's so bad, along with water typing for its Terra type. This is the team I'm going into the Elite Four with, and don't count any of them out. They're all amazing little bugs. Which one of these gyms gave me trouble? None of them, Rika. Why else would I be sitting here in front of you? Which starter did I choose? The cat, man. It's sitting in my computer. Can you just fight me already? Alrighty, Rika is pretty simple. Flora is our lead, and her Wish Cache does have Blizzard, but we have Quiver Dance, so doing that will give us a special defense boost, as well as speed and special attack. She, however, did miss a big Blizzard, although I wasn't really worried about it. Since she missed, I used Quiver Dance again, and luckily she didn't freeze us. Now, a Giga Drain will one-shot Wish Cache. Donphan comes out next, and I'm the luckiest bug-type trader in the world. I don't know how, but I completely forgot that Donphan has Sturdy, so our Surf didn't quite kill. But she actually missed her Stone Edge. See, Rika, sometimes power isn't as important as accuracy. I guess you could learn a couple things from me. From here, a Surf can KO this thing, Dugtrio, Camerupt, and Clodsire will live a Giga Drain at half, which is super effective since she terrestrialized to a pure ground type. She did Toxic, but this fight's over, Rika. I win. Oh, would you stop delaying the inevitable? Now as for the little girl, I also led Flora, but this was only for an Intimidate drop on her Copperajah. Now we can come in on a Heavy Slam with Molt. The next turn, we both exchange hazards on both sides of the field, although mine have a purpose, while hers are just stupid. After this, I switched into Flora for another Intimidate drop, but I forgot that stones would do that much damage since both Flying and Bug is 4 times weak to rocks. The good news is she used High Horsepower. Now I do the same thing going into Molt on a Heavy Slam so that we can bait High Horsepower again for Dim. And that's exactly what ends up happening. Now Dim can get off a Swords Dance while taking a big play rough. Copperajah dies to a close combat, and Corviknight does as well, but it has the ability Pressure, which made us use 2 PP instead of 1 for close combat, which thankfully I noticed, and I was about to use it again against Bronzong since it killed. Instead of that though, I used Throat Chop for Bronzong, and Magnezone comes out taking damage from those spikes, which is important since it has Sturdy. Without its sturdy, it dies to a close combat, as well as Tinkaton, which played itself by turning into a steel type for a weakness to close combat. But I'll let you in on a little secret, Poppy. It didn't really matter. Well, that was a great way to show off the new recruit, wasn't it? Up next is everyone's favorite normie, Larry. He's rocking flying types this time, and as with everyone else, I came prepared. Flora could easily get off a quiver dance as he uses Sunny Day. I honestly thought he'd use Air Slash, but oh well. With one quiver dance up, everything on Larry's team bites the dust to Masquerade's Ice Beam. I bet Larry didn't even know Flora could learn Ice Beam. Well anyways, could I take one of those birds home for dinner? The team's starving. This next strat is probably my favorite. Hassel here has dragon types, and oddly enough, Molt here gets the move Ice Spinner by TM. All we need to do is set up a trick room so he can outspeed Hassel's team, but of course this Noivern is a problem. So I ended up leading Manny. Manny can take a Super Fang, turn 1, and set up a light screen immediately. Even though I do have speed EVs on Scissor, Noivern is a speed demon with a base 123 speed, meaning Flick or Rapska can get in for free if we U-turn since we U-turn late, assuming we don't get crit here. So we don't flinch to his Air Slash or get crit, and now Flick is out. With Flick in here, we can Trick Room after taking a brutal Super Fang. But now we can hard switch into Molt on an Air Slash, which did a good chunk. This was also so we don't get flinched here, and I was willing to lose Manny to do it. Now we can outspeed, and without any setup on Noivern, an Ice Spinner is enough to destroy this dragon with an overkill crit. Now I didn't expect Dragalge to come out next, and instead Haxorus, so this is kind of bad since our special defense is worse than our defense. So it might be a little difficult to set up, but we do curse since we have 2 turns of Trick Room left, and she uses Hydro Pump, which did less than I expected. Now an Ice Spinner might not kill here, but it's our last turn of Trick Room, so might as well try. Come on, Molt. Give it all you got. There we go, Molt. Everyone's cheering for you. That Haxorus does come out next, which is great as we already have a +1 in defense. Since there's no more Trick Room, I can protect every other turn for some health with lefties. So now all I do is tank his moves all day, protect for health, and once we're at +3, an Ice Spinner will obliterate Haxorus, as well as Flapple to no one's surprise. Now Baxcalibur will turn into a pure Dragon type, which is great since Ice Spinner at +3 is just enough to KO this monster. Get put in your place, Hassel. Now you know who really is going to be put in their place? Gita. And it's only going to be by none other than Hopper himself. Finally, after sitting on the sidelines for most of the run, it's his time to shine. I led low kicks immediately, as with Bug Terra, a lunge can absolutely start off the battle with a KO on his Pathra. I knew this would force in King Gambit since it has Stone Edge. So now we just Axe Kick and that's dead. I figured Go-Go would come out next, which is great since now I can set up to +4 with Swords Dance as we take 2 play roughs which aren't super effective since we're pure Bug right now. One lunge kills Go-Go as well as Veluza. Avalugg comes out next, and this is the reason we're at +4 because the defense and HP on this thing is crazy with 184 base defense stat. But at +4, this Axe Kick is enough to KO easy. And finally Gita sends out Glamora, and you best believe one single Axe Kick destroys Glamora in one shot. Worth mentioning, I did not have the wide lens on low kicks there because I totally forgot to put it on. But hey, we hit all of our Axe Kicks and I had every bit of faith in him. No doubts at all, buddy. And that's it. We're now the champion of the Paldea region, all with the Critter Gang. Comment down below if you're a part of the Critter Gang. Now, if you thought we were done, you couldn't be more wrong. We still have like 5 main battles to do. Starting off with Clive, or should I say, Director Clavel. Yeah, you heard me right, Director Clavel. Whoa, no way. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh my god, was it really him? Whoa. You know, you'd expect the director of the biggest school in Paldea would carry more Paldean Pokemon, but the only one he has is the starter no one chooses, so I guess he felt bad? Poor Skeledirge. Now this fight is super easy. Oranguru knows Yawn, Dream Eater, which we're immune to, Reflect, and Foul Play. Yawn and Reflect don't matter as we can just taunt him to not use those moves, so the only thing we need to worry about is Foul Play, which can be scary since it'll do more damage based on our attack stat. And since we're setting up, yeah. But thankfully Oranguru used Yawn turn 1 and 2 Foul Plays didn't end up KOing Hopper. Now we can hop our way to victory, or so I thought. Gyarados comes out next, and this is why I'm at +4 attack, so a Throat Chop can kill it from full. However, Abomasnow has Ice Shard, a priority move. I really have no idea what I'm gonna do here, but... oh, he didn't even use it. Huh, well I guess we really can hop our way to victory. Sorry, Director Dumbass, I mean Clavel. Please don't give me detention. Wait, how the fuck did you live? Oh man, I guess I'm the dumbass. What's funny is I didn't even mean to do this. Throat Chop literally prevents it from using Torch Song because it's a sound-based move. What a clutch. Hey, future me. I totally missed that Gyarados intimidated me, which is why we didn't kill here. Whoops. Oh, let me guess, Cassiopeia. Are you Penny? And will you take that shit off? Unfortunately for Quarter here, she leads Umbreon, which is the easiest of the evolutions to set up on, so Hopper can get to +6 pretty freely since Dark Pulse won't do much. It didn't even try to Baby Doll Eye us, which was weird. In fact, not a single one of her evolutions used Baby Doll Eyes. It's a priority move that will lower my attack. What's wrong with you, Nickel? Her Jolteon, though, did outspeed, and that gave me a big scare. As for Sylveon, this is the reason I needed to be +6 attack or 5, because if we Terrasilize, our lunge is around just enough to KO her from full. Yeah, that wasn't that hard. But to be fair, Penny was selling. Yes, Arvin, I knew it was you the whole time too. Big surprise. Oh wait, you're just Arvin. Alright, but I knew Professor Sada was your mom. And let me tell you something, buddy. She's hot. And if I win this match, I'm taking her on a date. Wait, what? Now I led Flora to sweep, and we even get an Intimidate on Greedent here, which is a bonus. Now Greedent's strongest move for Flora is Body Slam, which sucks as it could paralyze us, and I realized this during the fight, but luckily we did manage to get 2 Quiver Dances up without a hitch. And a Terrasilize Bug Buzz will kill Greedent easy. I Terrasilized because there was the slightest chance for Greedent to live here, like 3%. From here, everything on Arvin's team dies to our little Water Spider. Yeah, and I mean, that's gotta be embarrassing, buddy. You just got swept by a Masquerain. Couldn't be me. What is it with you and fruits, Nemona? Nemona was actually super hard for her final fight. Ah, who am I kidding? Good old Molt came out once again to easily set up to max against this Lycanroc. It died to an Iron Head, Palmot died to a Drill Run, and so did Orthworm. It's like, this thing actually has an ability which I forgot about. It'll essentially act as Water Absorb or Flash Fire, but for ground type moves. But 2 Iron Heads will finish off Wormy here. From there, Goodra comes out, and I did Terrasilize to a Water type as it was using Muddy Water, and Curse doesn't boost our special defense. And with that, an Iron Head can demolish this thing. The Dunsparce also gets mopped by an Iron Head. And finally, Quaquaval does Terrasilize, but it just doesn't matter as Molt is on a rampage and drills a big hole right in the middle of the fighting duck. I feel like this girl could be our sister with her green streak of hair. Is there something my mom hasn't told me? You know, I always love more story in Pokemon games, but I'd be lying if I said this wasn't annoying as shit to traverse through a second time. The path to get all the way down there is just so slow.
Hello there.
Good morning, sir. I'm looking for your ancient form. Have you seen it? No, I don't want you. Okay, I'm pretty sure I can't get Slitherwing until the credits roll, so that sucks. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that I can't get it. But I went for the best next thing, Volcarona. And well, let's just say I couldn't catch it, and I don't really want to lose any Pokemon, and this thing does a lot of damage, so I had to run away. But Arceus was with us today and gave us a beautiful surprise. Yeah, that's right, we got a shiny Venomoth, and this thing is so cool. Bro, that scared the fuck out of me, man. Oh my god, my heart just stopped. I'm like, is that blue? Oh, I almost killed it. I replaced the Venomoth I had in the PC, and this one is more fitting since she's actually a girl this time. Okay, it's time to fight Arvin's mom. Okay, I take it back. She's not hot anymore, Arvin. I don't want her. So in honor of our newly added shiny critter, we're going to attempt to beat Sada with it. I led Molt first as Slitherwing will have a hard time doing damage to it. This way we can get off a free Reflect for 8 turns thanks to Light Clay. Once that's done, we hard switch into Scissor who can tank any move it throws at us. Manny here is holding a lagging tail so we can U-turn late into our beautiful dot. Just look at those sparkles. From here I get up 1 Quiver Dance, and to my surprise she only uses Lunge. You do know you have Zen Headbutt, right? I mean, you're a literal AI for crying out loud. 1 more Quiver Dance later and a pathetic low sweep, and that's it. I'm not even kidding. Slitherwing dies to an Air Slash. The Brupanet does get a Sucker Punch off, leaving us super weak, but Venomoth is a G, and this thing dies to a brutal quad-effective Bug Buzz. Sandy Shock dies to a Bug Buzz as well. Screamtail dies to a big boosted Sludge Bomb, thanks to Terrasalization, and the Fluttermane gets drowned by a pile of sludge too, which we needed to Terrasilize in order to beat it in one shot. And Roaring Moon gets buzzed straight to the face. How does it feel, Professor Sada? A Venomoth destroyed your entire team of ancient monsters. Like mother, like son, I guess. And to make it worse, it was a shiny that I just caught 5 minutes ago. Ladies and gentlemen, we've won a hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon Scarlet with only bug types. Critter Gang for the win, and I knew they would be victorious. Wait, Koraidon, you're not a bug type. Anyways, let me know which bug type was your favorite from this video and what's your all-time favorite bug type. I think mine is low kicks. But thanks for watching, give it a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.